Hey guys, what is up? It's Blake here from the BLAKEGFILMS YouTube channel. And wow, I have been waiting so long for this moment. Now, what do I mean by this moment? Well, right now I feel like I'm at a point where I can put out content on a consistent basis while being satisfied with the level of quality. To translate, basically, I've updated my setup a little bit. I've got this new camera. It's a Canon M50. I paid about $500 for it, which is pretty standard for this. It's got a 15 to 45 millimeter lens on it, which is all right for vlogging. One day I might get like a bit of a more zoomed out lens, like a 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter to like 20, 22 millimeter. But this does the job for now. I like it. And also I feel like this might be better in some situations than, the more zoomed out lenses. Almost like they're not fisheye lenses, but like, the ones that are ideal for vlogging. But yeah, this does the job for now. I've got a shotgun mic attached to it with the pop filter. I think it's pretty similar to the Rode Video Micro Go. It's like a Rode Video Micro Go ripoff. But I checked the quality of it. It's okay. I'll use it for now, but I might replace it with something better in the future. I've also got a Joby GorillaPod on the bottom, which I guess helps me hold the camera with a bit more stability, and also I can hold it a bit farther from me. So if I was holding the camera by the camera itself and not this little tripod on the bottom, I probably wouldn't be able to get out this far. But I'll show you guys what it looks like in the mirror real quick. So yeah, I've got this. This is the Joby GorillaPod. You can like bend these and stuff. These are pretty cool, and I got like a 4-pack for like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon. And then I'm pretty sure this is called the XVR10. I'm pretty sure that's what the mic's called. It's either the VXR10 or the XVR10. No, it's definitely the VXR10. But yeah, this is the setup I'm rocking for now. If you guys have any questions, I can, give you some detail on this shit, because I know there's a lot of people on the internet that are like, oh, I can't tell you. Like, I don't really care about all that shit. Power to the people, you know what I'm saying? And, I decided to go no shirt for this video. I just woke up with no shirt on. I also did 15 push-ups before I recorded this, except this is like my 20th attempt at making this video, so it's actually been a bit since I did those push-ups. It's been at least like 20 minutes because I've tried to record this so many times in the time between me doing the push-ups and right now. But I really do love the quality of this camera. I have autofocus on right now, and the autofocus is pretty damn good. I pretty much always use autofocus when I'm recording, unless I'm doing like some really cinematic footage, but I only use manual focus typically for that and for, photography. To anybody that's getting into photography out there, don't use autofocus when you're actually taking photos. That's dumb, and, you're not really going to have as much control with your pictures. I'm not even really a photographer myself. I can't really speak on that. There probably is some situation when you can use autofocus when you're taking normal photos. But anyways, enough about the camera. I also have a new computer. A lot of bullshit, happened regarding putting that computer together and having it functioning. But I have a computer now, which is awesome. Let me talk about that a bit, though. So about a month ago, it's actually been a little over a month ago at this point, but I ordered a bunch of PC parts, all the parts that were going to go into this new PC build that I was planning. And they took about 2 to 3 weeks to all finally come in. The last thing to come in was the case. That was actually the last thing I ordered. And my dumbass didn't realize that I had bought a micro ATX case and a regular ATX motherboard. Now, what does this mean? Well, basically the case was way too small for the motherboard I bought. I tried forcing in the motherboard. Fortunately, the motherboard's fine. But I realized that the motherboard didn't fit into that case. So what I did was I came to the realization that this motherboard could probably fit in my old PC case. So I stripped my old PC, took all the parts out. So basically, once I did that, it wasn't functioning, and if I wanted to use it, I'd have to put all that shit back together, despite, wanting to put my new PC parts in there. So I really thought there was no point to trying to put it back together if I wanted to use it for something real quick, because then I'd have to take it all back apart if I wanted to put all the new PC parts in there. But after I did that, I pretty much didn't have a computer for like a month, because I was trying to put this PC together myself. I didn't even know how to screw the motherboard into the old case that I had planned on putting it in. So shout out to my friend Chris for coming over and taking a look at it. He actually screwed the motherboard into the case for me. And we tried doing a bunch of shit. Like, we spent a lot of time trying to get this PC to work. There was this one day where we spent at least a few hours, like at least 3 or 4 hours on it. And we couldn't even get it to boot up. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taking it to a shop that opened up literally like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. The guy charged me like 160. He told me I actually fried the SSD, which is really unfortunate because it was a 1 terabyte, $100 SSD, and I actually fried it when I was trying to put this PC together myself. But he got it all working. It's upstairs in my room right now. It's running amazingly. I can play like Modern Warfare on ultra settings, 1080p with like 80 FPS plus, 80 to 120 FPS on average. And so far, I'm pretty satisfied with the performance of it. I have really low storage on it because, like I said, I fried the 1 terabyte SSD. The guy that actually put my computer together for me, though, he actually put a 240 gigabyte SSD in there just, to have. But that filled up so goddamn fast. It's already full. There's 2 gigabytes left on it, and I have my 2 old hard drives on there with all my old stuff on there, all my videos and stuff like that on there. But those were already full to begin with, or like almost full to begin with. So I need to get more storage. I will say, like, I definitely am gonna need more storage soon. But aside from that, it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm rocking an AMD Ryzen 3600X processor. I'm pretty sure it's a 6-core. Is it a 6-core or a quad-core? I forget. But then I'm also rocking an RTX 2060 Super, which is a graphics card. That was like the most expensive thing that I purchased for this computer. I also bought a newer power supply. It actually had a lower wattage than my older power supply, but I thought it would be better because it said it would, it would work with the graphics card I was getting. But the guy ended up not using that power supply that I sent to him. He actually used my older one. But the thing runs fine, like I said. Since I'm talking about it so much, why don't I show you guys it real quick? But yeah, as you can see, if you look right here, that's the graphics card. It's kind of blending in right now, but you can see there's a little light on it. I had the computer on. I don't know why the graphics card isn't lit right now. But you can see I have the RGB RAM right there, 16 gigabytes, as I said before. This thing right here, this is this big-ass CPU cooler made by Noctua. I'm pretty sure it's the NHDH15. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But that's pretty much everything in my PC. Got the 850-watt power supply right here. Like I said, this is the old one I was using on my old PC. To the right, these are like the hard drives, and then there's the 240 gigabyte SSD on top. And I mean, that's pretty much all it is. I plan on doing live streams. By the way, I'm home alone right now. That's why I'm able to just talk so loudly throughout my house. I thought it would be a perfect time to do a video. But what I was about to say is that I still have to set up a bunch of stuff. Like, I still have to download a bunch of shit. I realized that this graphics card doesn't have a VGA port. And my second monitor that I would use for when I would live stream and stuff, well, pretty much when I would do anything, when I would just be multitasking and having stuff on a second screen, I use a VGA monitor, not an HDMI. It doesn't have an HDMI port. So this graphics card has an HDMI port. And then I bought an HDMI to DVI port, or like an adapter rather, to plug into the back of the graphics card. So then I could plug, one end into my graphics card and the other end into the monitor, and it would be compatible. But what I ended up realizing is that this graphics card only has one HDMI port, and then it has 2 display ports, which I didn't even know that was a type of port. Like, I didn't even know that was something that you could, I didn't even know that was like a type of plug. But I've also read that display ports are actually more powerful, or they allow you to have higher refresh rates than HDMI ports do. So what I'm thinking is that I should keep the HDMI adapter, plug, the HDMI end into the graphics card, and then the VGA end into my second monitor, and then just use one of the display ports for my main monitor. And if I wanted to have my VGA monitor plugged into one of the display adapters, I could, display ports, I could have a VGA to DisplayPort adapter. But enough nerd talk and bullshit. What have I been up to lately, besides, I guess, trying to have this computer set up? I would say aside from that, I've really just been, living my life one day at a time, just enjoying every single moment. I've been working 8 hours a day pretty much, full-time, 40 hours a week. It's funny that I say that because my hours are just starting to get cut this week, and I've been getting 6-hour shifts. Like today, after I record this video, I have to do a 6-hour shift. But my hours are actually getting cut, and I'm not complaining about it because I'll have more time to make videos and stuff. Like right now, I have this time. If I was working an 8-hour shift, my shift probably would have already started by now, or I would have had to have been getting ready by right now. but I've just been working, and then aside from working, I'm usually just chilling, hanging out with my friends, just going out, driving my car. I've been really into cars lately. Like, I don't know what it is, but lately I've been obsessed with cars, especially Japanese cars. I made a video talking about my car getting broken into while I was at work. And that car is a Mitsubishi Lancer, which I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned a couple times. But I've been really having fun with my car lately. I don't know why, but just driving the car alone just hits different for me right now. It's not even like a crazy sports car or anything. I mean, because it's a Lancer and it's an OZ Rally, it's a little sporty. But you know, it's not some super crazy car. It's also kind of old. It doesn't have like some crazy, you know, features in it. But talking about that, I'm actually getting work done to it soon. I think I'm gonna get a new exhaust system just to, you know, make it sound cool and all that bullshit. I don't want you guys to think I'm a piece of shit because, you know, I'm making my car sound loud or, you know, sound cool or whatever, or, you know, have a little bit more horsepower. I just really like the car and I like driving, and I'd rather drive with something that would make it a little bit more, you know, enjoyable and like flashy. And I just, like I said, I think the car is really cool. It's a really fun car to drive, and I love Mitsubishi Lancers. It's not an Evo. I mean, if it was an Evo, it would be absolutely insane. But it's still just like a nice, fun, chill daily car. It's reliable for the most part. I haven't really had too many issues with it for the past, like, I don't know, the past 5 months, 6 months. Actually, that isn't necessarily true. But I've been driving it a lot lately, and I have had absolutely no problems with it. I'm thinking about doing a video on my car, like, you know, soon, like within the next couple of days. You know, just showing off everything and showing how it is stock. And then I could do a video showing what it's like after I get stuff done to it. And I guess highlight everything that was done to it and show off, you know, how the car changed. But finally, I wanna end this video by talking about just what I have planned for the future of this YouTube channel, what I'm going to be working on, what I'm going to be doing. You know, just sort of to, I guess, give you a heads up. So like I said, I've got this new computer. It's a pretty beast computer, I would say. So I could definitely use it for live streaming and stuff like that. I'm probably going to start live streaming regularly. Right now I've been playing Call of Duty and Forza a lot, which I know might sound kind of generic, but those have just been the two games I've been playing a lot lately. They're really the only two like good games or like newer games that I have installed on my PC right now. But I plan on streaming regularly. I'd like to stream at least a few days a week for like at least a few hours. I will be streaming on this YouTube channel. At some point I might switch to Twitch depending on how that goes, depending on just how live streaming in general goes for me. I want to do gaming videos, but I'd have to see if I'd be able to do that just depending on how much time I have. But typically I want to do like gaming live streams, and then as for the videos, I just want to do vlogs. I just want to shoot with this camera and just do vlogs and other type of fun shit like that, typically using this camera. I still want to do like music videos and stuff for people. I mean, I haven't really been trying to reach out to people that much. Like I could, I just haven't been. But I probably should, because I would like to put out other types of content besides vlogs. I always talked about that, especially in the beginning of this channel, that I want to experiment, I want to try new things. Fuck it, I might even do another ASMR video. But I would like to try to collaborate with other content creators and, you know, try to make really cool stuff like music videos and stuff along those lines. I kind of want to get back into editing. Some of you don't know this, but I used to edit and make edits and stuff before I started this channel. I got into that a little bit before I took my PC apart, but that was for like a week. But since I have this computer that's running better, I could probably, you know, do more with my editing skills and just have a little bit more of like a ceiling for being able to process visuals and shit. And, you know, just regarding speed and all that shit, like how fast I can, you know, like pre-render something, how fast I can, I don't know. All I'm saying is that this computer that I have is 10 times faster than my old PC, and I could probably do shit way faster and be way more motivated to actually try to make things. And finally, yeah, I know my hair is long as shit. This is the longest my hair has actually ever been in my entire life. My hair has never been this long before. I'm rocking this bandana right now that a coworker gave me. For a few days I was wearing this pink headband that my mom gave me, but then my coworker gave me this, and I just feel like it's way drippier than the headband. So yeah, this has been the vibe. I think I'm gonna cut the sides of my hair a little bit. I want to leave the top pretty long still, But I think like within this week, I'm probably gonna get the sides cleaned up. Cause I mean, look at that shit. That shit looks so goofy. It's just there's way too much hair. And it just looks weird. It's uncomfortable. I really just stood here and spoke to a camera for 20 minutes. But to everyone that has stuck around to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. I really want to turn this into something bigger, guys. Like, I really do have a dream, and I really want to go somewhere with this and, you know, start to make it like a serious thing. But once again, thank you to all of you that have been there for me. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the second half of 2020, guys. Like, I am going to let my nuts hang so hard in the second half of this year. Be sure to look out for more videos, especially vlogs. That's what I'm going to be specializing in for the next bit of time, the next month or couple months. Like I said, live streams as well. Those will be starting soon. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been talking for way too long now. I'm going to end the video here. Be sure to holler at me, show love, and yeah, Blake G Films 2020, Blake G Films for life. Peace.